People, welcome to today's edition of Good Morning Anambra here on ABS TV. My name is Chidimma Orang. I hope you had a wonderful celebration yesterday, which was Easter Sunday. Of course, we are in Easter week as today is Easter Monday too, and I know there are a lot of activities ongoing, weddings, events, social events, and all that. Well, we say welcome to you on this edition of Good Morning Anambra. And of course, we are starting with stories trending on ABS website and also other national dailies this morning. Of course, in the studio is with me is my colleague, Ajulo Chuku Okawe. Ajulo, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, Chidinma. You're still in the euphoria of the Easter
Okay.
celebration.
Okay.
I can see it.
I know that you say that.
Of course, I know. But you didn't invite me over to come.
I did not invite you.
You didn't invite me over. Well,
Okay.
that doesn't sound too well. But viewers out there, no problem. I'm inviting you guys to just sit down and enjoy the Easter package that we have for you this morning.
All right, we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we introduce our guest who is already seated right here with us in this morning. Don't go anywhere. All right, you're welcome back. And with us in the studio this morning is Comrade Uzo Ekemeze. Comrade, good morning. Nice to have you on the show.
A very good morning to the Ma and my manager for having me this very good morning on Monday. Viewers at home, please join us for us to see what we have in today's national tabloid.
All right, quickly, let's start with the stories that are trending on ABS website this morning. The first story, more stakeholders commend Soludo on achievement within 1 year. Federal government gives succor to over 1,000 people affected by flooding in Obao Family, Oka North Council area. And the last one, Archbishop Okeke celebrates Easter with inmates of Correctional Center on Onitsha. Okay, these are the three headlines that we have on ABS website this morning. Comrade, let's start with the first story, talking about more commendation still pouring in on Governor Soludo's achievements in 1 year.
Yes, it normally be said that if you pray person that kill a fowl, when you see a goat, he also going to kill it. You know, we have to learn to appreciate what is good and what is done right. The governor of Anambra State, Mr. Chalinwa Mbafo, have done so well in terms of, let me put it like this, in terms of security. You know, because I do to say it from time immemorial, when I normally be here, you know, on regular basis, that the primary purpose of every government as enshrined in section 14 sub 2 of 1999 Constitution as amended, okay, is to provide secure life and property of its citizens. When government fail, say primary, underline, primary, not secondary, primary. I don't see somebody who fell in primary school that can be able to go to secondary school. It's not possible, except by through door. Okay? So, but time without number, Nigerian government have always failed in their primary objective, constitutional primary objective, is it to secure the life and property of the citizen. You can find out that when Soludo came into power, okay, he did not want to fight security in terms of what we call crime. Okay, what he used is counter crime. That's why he removed most of all these policemen that stand on the road, okay, causing gridlock, okay, extorting and exploiting, okay, the citizen. You know, he told them that they are going to take the war to the den. Okay, this perpetrator of these crimes, there is high that they are. You cannot stand on the road and be telling people that you should, what do you call it, you will not pass, let us stop and search or whatever. Why the people that are in the forest, in other hideouts, are lashing, what do you call it, terror to the citizens of this Anambra state. So he took the word to the dead. That's what's called counter. Counter means that wherever they are, if they are on air, if them go to air, if they are on the ground, if they enter water, if them inside water, that's mean counter. So Soludo take the word to their den. And that's why you see them, they were chased out of that particular place, and everywhere in Anambra state was free, that the citizen can be able to enjoy and move freely without any form of harassment or whatever. So the Nigerian system has been anti-crime. You block them, don't come, defensive mechanism. Okay, I think attack is best word of defense. That's what Soludo apply attack. He went there and attacked them, demolish all what they're using. Both of them that have charms and other fetish something they're doing there. He went there, demolish it, and chase them out of that particular place. Okay? The same thing is what, even when you watch what happened when this man was confessing, one of the notorious kidnapper, okay, Evans, that was arrested. He says that why he left Anambra State, that the P2B chased him away. Chased him away. He left Anambra by all means, that he cannot be there. So Nigeria should learn how to take counter what? Attack. You see, most of them in the north, just bandits are ravishing them because they don't know what they're going to do. They know that you don't need to come and just blocking ways, blocking roads. People will not go. You know where they are. You know where they come from. You know where they go after the attack. That's what we call counter-terrorism. Okay.
All right, thank you so much on that. Just to let you know that you can be part of our conversation this morning, there's a number displayed in front of your television set. Just dial the number if you want to contribute to any of the topics that we'll be reading out or headlines that we'll be reading out this morning. So quickly, let's go to our first paper under review this morning.
And the first paper that we have under review this morning is the Daily Sun. And the banner headline there says, Kuka to Supreme Court, don't disappoint Nigerians. And the writer there says, tax Buhari Tinubu on unity, corruption. You fought a good fight. Keep dreams alive. Priest urges Nigerians. Day of blood, sorrow in Lagos, Enugu. Gunmen kill police, injure others in Lagos. And in the writer there, 15 burnt to death in Enugu highway crash. And then at the base there, you see 10th NAS, groups endorse Kalu for Senate president. And then on the top right-hand corner there, you'll see Easter, Osibanjo, CGN, Kalu, governors, Mba. Others preach unity, love, hope, and sacrifice. Cardinal Okpaleke. What we have here, Cardinal Okpaleke knocks CBN over Naira redesign. CBN total inflows to investors, exporters, window hit 1.49 billion Naira in March. Buhari, governors Kalu, fake, others mourn as ex-Justice Minister Ajibola, 89, dies. CJID, Serep sue President, NBC, over 5 million fine imposed on Channels TV. And lastly, but not the least, Enugu's APC suspension of Nnamani Chime, others unconstitutional, says legal advisor. Which of these stories would you want to, begin with on our paper review this morning?
Well, you see, Kuka to Supreme Court, don't disappoint Nigeria. And again, it still says that he's urging Buhari and Tinubu for more into corruption and also unity. I don't know which one he's saying. You see, if Kuka, okay, first of all, Supreme Court is the last hope of common man. And the Supreme Court, okay, is the apex court of the land. And the Supreme Court is the court of other courts. So I now believe that we have lost hope in judiciary due to the essence of the politicians that are corrupt, judiciary, by people getting different orders, make people not to have confidence in judiciary. And let me just tell you, it's hard time in advanced country where the part of the judgment of a court will form from the public opinion. They have to listen to public opinion on what they're saying.
When you go further to the layman, according to when the judgments were given, we keep hearing the word technicalities. So to the layman now, where does that technicality?
Thank you very much. There is no technicality, okay, in terms of when you make, that's when you want to make judgment. We base on the substance of the matter. The substance of the matter matters. That is what the nucleus of the matter, you determine on that. When you bring technicality, it is where you are driving from the substance, what the law says, and go on to maybe if it is not like this, it's going to be in that way, bringing technicality into judgment. Now, what I'm trying to say about Kuka, telling Supreme Court that they should not disappoint Nigeria. On who does not disappoint Nigeria? Kuka is the secretary of the peace committee with Abdul Salam. They are peace committee. And I want to let them know that if you are peace committee, now you are telling that there should be national unity in corruption or whatever, Sergeant Buhari, peace without truth cannot stand. Okay? I want to ask you, Ajuli, if somebody now, God forbid, took your car, okay, steal your car, you see, and you come out at Aroma here and see that person using that car to carry passengers free of charge to Onitsha, will you say that because of you doing a humanitarian service, that there's no problem, let us be here, and you just leave them now, you know you are carrying people or whatever it is. You leave the person. Instead of to tell the truth, my mind, you have stale. And it is against the society for you to steal. So how can you tell Nigeria to keep hope alive? Okay, why the truth is there? You don't want to speak the truth and say you're making peace. Peace can never last. Jesus says, okay, in John chapter 8, verse 32, that thou shalt know the truth, and truth has set you free. For Nigeria to be free from all this corrupt moral, okay, you must be able to stand on truth. So I charge Kuka, let him not be talking as an analyst that is in two-sided mouth. Okay, you tell Supreme Court not to support Nigeria, you are now congratulating Tinubu and Buhari at the same time. Why you see that the election that have been adjudged by the international community and the observers, that it is flawed. Even INEC admitted themselves that is flawed. And you are telling this thing now as somebody who will come tomorrow and tell Nigeria, please, we are having peace accord, all the parties come and sign. All the political parties will lose hope because people doesn't want to make peace. You want to make peace, tell somebody face to face that he has already done what is wrong. And let us now deal with that, and tomorrow we will not repeat instead. Then coming to the issue of Oduzakalo group urging him, supporting him that he should be Senate president. Fine and good. It's group, not even Nigeria. I don't know what that type of group it is. It can be group of market women. It can be group of jobless youth. It can be group of different people can endorse him. I want to remind Oduzakalo, he's my very respected senior brother. Okay, I love him very much. Okay, Oduzakalo, I want to advise you, please. It is not yet time for Igbo to become Senate president. Okay? Igbo should wait till 2070. That is our turn for us to become Senate president. Igbo should continue to build national cohesion. For now, we are not yet matured to be Senate president. So you should wait. When it is our turn, then you can now contest seniors.
I hope you're speaking for yourself.
No, I'm advising him. I'm saying
because of what he said, right?
Because of his, I'm saying what he, so you should wait. It's not yet our turn to be Senate president. Okay? Yeah, yes, that is maybe 2070, about 50 years time. We can now come out and contest
for Senate president. Okay, quickly, let's see what we have in the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. The big story there, banner headlines: fuel subsidy removal. Marketers seek CBN loans for 30,000 gas stations. Gas stations to cushion subsidy removal effect as PMS may sell for 750 naira per litre. NATO wants end of subsidy. NLC to meet incoming government over removal date. And then we still have at the top of the paper, asset declaration defaulters may be removed from office. Can governor's orders preach love at Easter? Buhari Osinbajo, MBA mourn SICJ judge, that is Ajibola. And then Bishop demands justice for 41 Owo attack victims as church reopens. Federal state lawmakers to get 49 billion naira. Bandits slash ransom for 85 Zamfara abductees. The federal government bars online banks from accessing customers' photos and contacts. Okay.
All right. Before I say that, before I go into this, what I have in the Punch, I want to make some, inputs in what we have as the SERAP have sued federal government over 5 million naira, okay, fine to channel television, okay. I want that particular suit, okay, is very, very commendable. And the federal government should, if the channel television has paid, they should return that money to the channel television. Because you cannot gag the public, opinion, or right of information, okay, or right of personal opinion, okay. Nigerian has already been matured that in the extent that somebody was in national television, okay, and make his own mind, saying that if you swear in, it is the end of democracy because they do not meet constitutional requirements. Okay, in Nigeria, so far Nigeria is practicing presidential system of government. In system of government, what is obtainable is supremacy of constitution. We have two commanders in Nigeria. Okay, what we have commander in chief. Okay, which is Muhammad Buhari is commander in chief, and we have supreme commander. Supreme commander is constitution. Okay, the constitution as supreme commander is more than commander in chief. So once somebody has breached the constitutional provision, we say that in section 1, sub 1, that we, people of Nigeria, do hereby give ourselves this constitution. We, people of Nigeria, although I'm not there when they do that, but at least you say we. So when you have already violated that particular constitution, they have already breached that particular provision. So you have already bringing anti-democracy, because democratic dispensation is by constitution. So when the Dati has said that in the television, does not make the federal government to fine channel television 5 million naira. Others have said something more than that. Okay, Osibanjo and Alai Mohammed, who have traveled here from there to America to go there and start cascading P2B or whatever, said in 2014, I quote them, November, okay, 22, that if they fail this election of 2015, it's being rigged, okay, they have to form parallel government. Some people have said that if they lose the election, that a baboon and donkey will be soaked in the blood. Okay, all these things have been there. Where is the federal government not even charging them? Woso Yinka has said his own. He was person that lead protest against Jonathan. Where is he leading protest now in fuel hike? Where is he protest in economic instability? I want him to be a frontier leading protest against this government, but have gone into their oblivion because it is something that they do in selective morality. So what I'm trying to say is that it is time that we know you cannot gag people for freedom of information, okay, freedom of speech, okay. It is a constitutional right from section 35 down to 40 for them to know that.
All right, sorry. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, yes, you are calling ABS. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, please, if you want to speak to us, you just have to reduce the volume on your television set and talk to us via your phone. Please, don't leave your volume high and then you still want to hear yourself from the TV and also the phone lines. Please.
Okay, so on final note, sorry, you know, section 34 of the 1997 Constitution as amended said that before somebody will be sworn in as a president, he must have, majority of the vote, number one. He must have 2/3, okay, of 24 states, okay, of federation, and Abuja. Okay, coming to what we asked before, is in terms of Supreme Court. And in rules of interpretation in law, okay, when the words is not ambiguous, okay, if it's ambiguous, the judge have right to interpret it in any form he like. But if it's literal, okay, there's no any ambiguity. You don't have to even to bring any other information to interpret it. Interpret it literally. It is law. I challenge anybody to come and tell me that when we talk about the rules of interpretation. So the and there is literally, okay. It is used in conjunctive manner and not disjunctive manner. So you must make that particular 25% in Abuja. If you fail to do that, then you not qualify to sworn in. It's very, very simple. Why should we tell somebody that say that if you do that, you have already gone anti-democratic, that he has already inciting public? So coming to the issue of Nigeria seeking for loans, okay, fine. Okay.
For the removal of a few
subsidy, yes. You can find out that in last quarter, okay, let me just say by between October and November, December 2022, okay, you find out that Nigeria, okay, total generated revenue is about 10.3 trillion, okay, and the expenditure or the loan that we borrow is about 20.1 trillion, okay. When you net them together, have a net deficit of 10.3 trillion, and the servicing debt is about 6.3 trillion. That's what you have to service the debt. So you find out this is even approximately or close to, okay, what you already have as a deficit. So what you use to service the debt, okay, is even going to be more than the debt itself that I owe you. And you continue to say that you are going to remove the food subsidy. Yes, you know that subsidy is a scam. What are you subsidizing? You're subsidizing inefficiency. You're subsidizing corruption. You're subsidizing joblessness for the youth. For many years, you are giving this subsidy. Even if that's why people are saying that, no, we're going to remove it gradually, as Usman was saying, gradually. What are you subsidizing? Where you have Nigeria have refineries, you have Warri, you have Port Harcourt, you have Kaduna, you have all these things there. You cannot even repair these refineries. How much have you borrowed from China? The senators are there, National Assembly are there. Most of them that are Senate president and others and ministers are junketing from one IMF boardroom in China, seeking for loan, because once they bring it down, they will give it a accelerated passage. That's why this particular Ninth Assembly is the most dollar National Assembly that we have. It's not that of Chubo Kadibo, it's not that of Keken Naman, that are going to have a robust debate, okay, before they can be able to assent to any budget that the President has presented to them.
Okay, let's just be toning it down a little bit, comrade. Let's see what we have the front page of the Daily Independent this morning.
And the Daily Independent, here we still have the banner there says presidential election petitions. Nigeria's future depends on your judgment, Kuka tell judges. We've read that. Serep, CGID, sue Buhari, NBC over 5 million fine against Channels TV. Khan urges Nigerians to work towards brighter future for the nation. We have the fragile economy, rising debts, weaken Nigeria's growth. 15 people burnt beyond recognition in Enugu auto crash.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us your name and your location, please.
My name is Sultan. I'm from Nigeria.
All right, go ahead with your contributions.
Good morning. My name is Sultan from Nigeria.
Yeah, go on. We are hearing you. Go on. Make your contributions.
I did my weather.
Thank you.
God bless you, God. I did my brother mom that is coming.
Okay, comrade, he's greeting you.
Okay, good morning. How are you?
Please, I don't know which type of subsidy I don't want to remove. Hello?
Yeah, we are here.
I don't know the type of subsidy they want to remove. They are subsidizing, they just want to put our grandchildren inside more deeper. What can they even remove after it is the of? They are talking about this, where they are talking of corruption. How many are there government that arrest? Some people after they arrest themselves instead of paying their forgiving. Some are there suffering. They are giving to this like 2 times in a day. It was very, very difficult for Burma now. How much are they selling naira? How much are they now? Something when they come they need 1 naira. Now they are talking about 25, 50 naira. Which is when you look how much are they paying even the workers? Some of them don't give 30,000 minimum wage. So now we are talking about this. Where if they say minimum wage, those workers what they are doing, how much are going to support themselves to the work? Go and come back. How much are they paying? How much will be annual salary for them?
All right.
How much will be buy their living?
Okay.
Share with ourselves this nation. There's no community like this. We have everything that God give us, but they are just for people to gather themselves and then this is my this is a very thing.
All right. Thank you so much for. All right, thank you so much for your contributions. All right, comrade, he's talking about the removal of fuel subsidy. What's your stand on that? Because he's saying, he asked the first question, why are they removing, or what are they removing as the subsidy? And now he has made a whole lot of comment talking about the hike in product prices in the market and all that, that removal of this subsidy will worsen the situation of the common man in the society. Do you believe that?
Okay, no, to some extent, I didn't. Okay, first of all, ask him, that's a very patent question, okay? Why are they removing subsidy? Then you ask him, what is subsidy and what are they subsidizing? If you say remove this, okay, and that thing is nothing, you know what I'm trying to say? Then none of you talk about it to exist in the first place. So they're not like to subsidize. Okay, I said earlier that the thing that they are subsidizing is inefficiency. Okay, it's incompetency. Okay, it's corruption. Okay, it's economic and political instability. That's what they are subsidizing. For over the years, you put this subsidy. It's not the crude oil that we have in Nigeria here that they are going to now export barrels and millions of barrels out, okay, and now refine it, bring it back, sell it to us in a higher rate, and now we buy and distribute to Nigerians. Where we have the oil, we have the refinery in Nigeria that are in comatose for years, and you go and borrowing money. Okay, I think even if you wanted to say that you let us put this the word subsidy, okay, it's just for you to make sure that it's available. That's what it means, and also in a very moderate rate, okay, so that they can able to build over the gap, okay, with a space of time. Now, if you know that you are going to do this thing and you start borrowing money from the other financial agency, okay, you can now say, okay, let us now use this one to build these refineries, so that when we get the oil, okay, crude oil, we now refine it and distribute to Nigeria. Chidimma is subsidy in 1980, from 1980 to 1990. Are you seeing anything like subsidy? When in 1980, when $1 is 80 kobo.
Good enough. $1 was 80 kobo in
I'm
1980. But
yes.
today, if the price of fuel goes for 750, just like the young man said from
yes,
Niger State, and with some state governors not even being able to pay 30,000 minimum wage, how would the common man survive?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The fuel hike is because we failed to do the primary thing. You borrow for consumption and not for production. You borrow for you not to invest into revenue generating, venture. Okay, if you have repair or rehabilitate Kaduna Refinery, Port Harcourt and Warri, that create thousands of jobs. Okay, and then the price of oil will now come down as it was then in 80s to 90s, when you don't even have much of this on the market. But now, since all these things have been comatose, we don't do it. We talk about expenditure. When government think about what they're going to pay to export the oil, to refine and bring it back here and sell it, then it's going to increase the cost of commodities in the market. And that's why the minimum wage cannot even be paid. And that's why the common man cannot even buy the fuel. Not even government can even buy 750 or 800 naira. As I told that it was 80 kobo to $1. Now it is 800 naira to $1. And remember that this administration promised us that they're going to make 1 naira to $1. Okay, now it is $1 to 800 naira. So which means AP's administration has failed Nigeria 800 times. And that is what it
So in other words, we are not in support of the removal of the fuel.
No, I'm saying that there's nothing like subsidy, because what are subsidizing is inefficiency. So you don't even to bring subsidy if you have all this refinery repaired. So there's nothing like subsidy. Let us now close that chapter of subsidy. Let it not come to existence at all.
All right.
Because we have industry that we should put in place to refine our oil.
I think you need to finish what we have in Delhi Independent and also take this day together.
Okay, let me just round up this thing.
We still have here on Daily Independent RSA registration per PFA for fourth quarter 2022 rises by 69,889 subscriptions. Supreme Court asks INEC to recognize Njoku as ABGA national chairman. And we have PUBEC sub-national intervention, taking ease of doing business reforms to all Nigerians. And JAMB fixes new date for 2023 UME examination. Buhari, Tinubu, Sanwo-Olu, Abiodun mourn passage of jurist Bola Ajibola. Fragile economy, rising debt weakens Nigeria's growth. And 15 people burnt beyond recognition in Enugu auto crash. And we also have Khan urges Nigerians not to work towards brighter future for the nation. So that's the much we have here. Quickly, let's go down to this day and then see what we have on this day. The banner headline is still talking about tributes pouring in for Bola Ajibola, 89. He's buried in Abeokuta. The writer there says Buhari, Obasanjo, IBB, Tinubu, Osibanjo, Atiku, Lawan, Abiodun, Sanwo-Olu, others mourn, pay last respect. Appointed him AGF against petition of people who described him as controversial, says ex-military leader. Son reveals the deceased didn't receive salary throughout his service to fatherland. And Autumn, we will not be provoked into taking arms against anyone. That's coming from the governor of Benue State. With 89 expected assets, Nigeria to top Africa's incoming oil gas projects by 2027. And World Bank, still on this issue of World Bank advocates debt restructuring for poor countries. and that's the much that we have. Okay, we have Falake on rotation of governorship. It's 10 of Kogi West for fairness and justice. That's
Those are the headlines in the front pages of the Daily Independent and This Day newspaper.
Yes.
So come read. Let's quickly take one or two from them.
All right. You see, Nigerian future depends on your judgment. Who can tell the judges? Well, it is. I say that this man, I respect him. He speak with double mouth and not stable. Does it mean that Nigeria will be election will be determined by court? Anytime that you did election and somebody tells you if you agree, go to court. People say that they say that if somebody tell you that if you don't, if you agree, go to court. It's either that his father is a judge or his brother is a judge. Okay, that's what he's trying to say. You see, Nigerian judiciary, let us dissolve INEC now and now appoint the judges, CJN and others, to determining the election. No more INEC current result. So when you vote finish, you wait. Let courts now determine who win actually after thorough examination and investigation and interrogation of the party. They declare the result.
With the technicalities
or substantive, whatever it is. Okay, let us wait for court. How come? There's never election that have been, determined in the court that people are saying that it is fair and square because of people say, okay, you go to court or whatever. Yes, court is less of common man. Let the judiciary do their job. Let INEC, if INEC had lived up to expectation, they would have announced results that are going to reflect the interests of Nigeria. Yes, somebody that is aggrieved can go to court. But for you that is an umpire, telling the person if you don't agree, go to court. It means that you have something on your cupboard. Okay, so who can tell Nigeria, judges, that they should be not disappoint Nigeria? I want him to start from the time he has a peace accord, not to support Nigeria by telling the truth. So without wasting time, then you talk about the Nigerian fragile recovery and the rising debt, weakening Nigerian growth. Yes, economic growth, economic instability, okay, political instability is because of our rising debt. Gentlemen, okay, between 16 years of PDP administration, they borrowed 6.5 trillion in 16 years. Okay, APC, rounding up in 2 months' time of 8 years, has borrowed 56 trillion in 8 years. So let us see that we give APC another 8 years. Okay, let us say 56 times 2. Okay, we give you 112 trillion in 8 years. If it's more than that, you see, and this will weaken the growth, economic growth of Nigeria. How many times? What is Nigeria exporting? The balance of trade is between the import and the export. When you are export, exceed your import, then you have a balance of trade. But in Nigeria here, we even importing toothpaste that we are using. What have you export? For years. Okay? We keep on importing, we keep on borrowing, okay? You are borrowing money for you to consume and not for you to invest into revenue generating, venture that are going to yielding results. Okay? You borrow for you to run current expenditure in paying salaries and whatever it is. Not even that they borrow money to pay that 30,000 minimum wage. If you have governors, they say they won't pay it because there's no money for them to pay. And they're taking for the, the security vote. So what I'm trying to say is that this weakening of Nigerian economic growth is because of our rising debt profile. Go and check our rising debt profile, okay, in the financial index. Then you'll find that Nigeria is borrowing and into sorrowing. And it is already divided by IMF, okay, International Monetary Fund, okay, that's 200 million Nigeria. Myself and you, my own share is 8,634 naira. That's what I'm owing in the money Nigeria has borrowed for these 8 years. Were you there when they borrowed the money? They give you any share on that money? But the IMF has made us to be a laughing stock. That's why we are capital poverty of the world, okay, to the extent that they divide the money to Nigerian population. 200 million Nigerians are getting
but even on the issue, IMF and World Bank said that poor countries should start restructuring their debt. And that is not only Nigeria, you understand? This is, we have a case of Sri Lanka, where in fact the country went down on its knees. People were queuing up for essentials. Okay. You understand? So what the IMF and the World Bank, they are coming to say, you understand, unanimously, is that these countries should do what? Start restructuring their debt.
What
Because
do-
like you rightly said, if you borrow this much, the economy of the country will definitely collapse in no time.
Yes, I agree with you. But my brother, what did Bangladesh did? What did the Vietnam did? Okay, Bangladesh that threw their minister into dustbin because of the what he has cost to the country. Okay, doesn't want us to say the truth must be told. You see that this country will have politicians who are invested themselves into political corruption. It's worse than bureaucratic corruption. We have two types of corruption. We have bureaucratic corruption and political corruption. Political corruption, it means particularism. That is when you are given an office or position, use it to enrich yourself, your family, and your relations. That's why I agree with what my brother says, okay? Without mentioning word, he said that for you to fight corruption, if myself, Uzo, is not corrupt, my wife and children is not corrupt, people around me is not corrupt, then I'll reduce corruption to 70%. That is what we call particularism. It's the problem. So when you start to deal with these people one by one, okay, that's what Vietnam did. That's what Bangladesh did. Okay, for them to recover back, okay, restructure their debt and become balanced. Then coming to the issue, sorry, because of want of time, you talk about Otton said that we won't take arm, okay, we won't take our arms on ourselves to fight anyone. Fine and good. We're not encouraging anybody to take arm, okay? We must be law abiding. But if the preferable is not available, the available become preferably preferable, okay? You must have to devise a means. The way we're talking about institution, community, and state police, so that they can be able to fight this. Who are going to now come to Benue State where people, bandit herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen has already killed hundreds of people, cut their life short, in a broad daylight. It's not even fair. If you call police, it's in federal. Let us decentralize police. America has up to, 500 formation of police units. You see? So if Nigeria will pass, the bill of having state police, okay, community policing, and all this is, that's number one. Two, vigilantes are they're trying their best. Yeah? If you take, pump action and give a vigilante man, okay, to guide places. Somebody is coming, is carrying sophisticated weapon, maybe carrying AK-49 or AK-47. How can you stand that person? It's going to be proportional, okay, measurement. If you come with AK-47, I will come with AK-49. So if they're going to arm the security vigilante communities with AK-49, let me see how this is going to come and attack them. But you give them machete. It's not going to work. So, Otton, yes, don't allow anybody to take arm by himself. We're not encouraging that. We must be law abiding. But what I'm trying to say, let the government do the needful, because they are trying to push the people in the world. Somebody is armless, somebody is helpless, and you come in the broad daylight and cut his life or her life in a shot. It's not being fair. Are you going to fold your hand? Bible said, finally, can we continue in sin for the grace to abound? God forbid. Thank you.
All right. Our next paper this morning is the Nation newspaper. Governors under pressure over security vote spending. We have there as writer, federal agencies, NFI, NFIU, EFCC seek movement of account to CBN for proper monitoring. And then we still have up there Osinbajo, Obasanjo, others pay last respect at Ajibola's burial. APC asks tribunal to dismiss AA, APP, APM petitions. Attacked or Catholic Church reopens months after. Banks, all firms, others flout stock exchange governance rules. And then down there we see gunmen kill ASP, injured others at Lagos checkpoint. 15 killed in road crash. Wow. I mean, that road crash, it happened yesterday, and we pray that their soul rest in peace.
There is
Amen.
a rider there under the headline there. Tinubu won because of his superb organization, says Sage.
I'm talking, this is the Nation newspaper that
Yeah,
we're reading.
the Nation.
All right.
It's written in red. You probably won't see.
So let's start with governors under pressure over security vote spending.
Very good. It is something that is very, very clear that governors are receiving security votes from the federal allocation. And most of them are not using this security vote for them to protect the life and property of citizens of the state. Some are using it anyway, you see. But during time, why this? Let me just tell you, because we are Nigerians, okay? Because there's nobody is more Nigerian than another Nigerian. The problem is that during any time of electioneering, okay, election, you see, all the security vote, check from the time that INEC announced the date for presidential or national election and the governorship election or whatever, okay, the rate of insecurity intensified, increased, because all the governors who want to come into the election bid, or those who want to take from the governorship to National Assembly as a retiring home, okay, or retiring benefit, and those who want to sponsor a candidate that are going to now replace them, okay, because they say that I must have to bring my successor. That's one of the problems of a party, what we call dynastic succession. Okay, it's creating a problem that after me, I must put somebody that are going to replace me. You don't put people who are the people that are going to replace you, because people you have been put there by people. So now, when that time reach, everybody will be stockpiling the money for security votes, so you can able to sponsor. Is going to able to use it for the election and buy vote and whatever it is. That's why they cannot use it for them to even pay the common vigilante. Let me just tell you, pay them 200,000. It's not enough, because their life is at stake. Equip them very well, okay? Bring them vehicle, give them guns, and even that what do you call it, pump action they are using. Give them, okay, and take care of their families. You see them coming out on that, but they say that, no, this money we use it for us to make sure that we keep it so we can able to do our bid in this election. Now election is over. Those who are going to use their money.
Uzo, let us know who we have here. Hello, good morning.
Morning. Thank you for the good work that you doing the comrade.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nigeria is the state where you see a flag and call it white. And
What?
the state where you see white and call it black.
Tell us your name and your location, please. Hello? Hello, are you there?
Well, we
All
lost him.
right.
So what I'm trying to say, insecurity vote, okay, it is even increasing. Some people receiving, but some people receive minimal, okay. And thank God for our governor of Anambra State, okay, who are doing judiciously and judicially, okay, usage of that security vote. I said that he tried, okay. I commended him for applying counter-crime attack and not anti-crime attack. That's why look at myself and you going down in Anambra State free of charge. That's why Anambra State was very, very, terrified. You see, killings. You can see how they kill what do you call it, Dr. Akunel at Onitsha, and other things are happening. But now things is stabilizing. So the governors should use their security vote, the pressure on them for you to use it to protect people and not for you to use it for your own personal gain. Then coming to issue of that's what we have at this place, saying, Obasanjo and Osibanjo pays last respect to Ajibola burial. Yes, okay, we commiserate with the family of Ajibola and we pray that God will give them the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Ajibola is one of the judges in the ICJ, International Court of Justice, okay, he died at 89. And I think they have done very well. Former Attorney General of Federation, okay, doing the IBB. I think it is very, very important that we're able to recognize people when they are alive and not for us to pour equipments when they are late, okay? That's why you have to immortalize somebody even when somebody is still alive. It's very, very important. So I also commiserate with the what do you call it, family. So right. APC, okay, what do you call it?
Let's see what we have in the front page of Guardian. So
let's rush on to go to the Guardian newspaper. UK reverses foreign health workers recruitment, returns Nigeria to red list countries. That is the header, the banner there. Kuka attacks Nigerians' next government on nation building. Kuka actually seems to be trending, you understand, this morning. And then the writer there says, I hope I can capture this.
No, don't worry, just go to the other one.
Then next, how Agboro multiple dues spike transportation costs by 25% in Lagos. And then still on the ICG, Ajibola, a jurist for the ages. APC may zone Senate presidency to Southeast. And that's what we have here for the Guardian. What do you have to say about this How Agboro multiple due spike transportation costs by 25% in Lagos State.
That is it now. That's why I want to remove all these arboros on the street, because by the time a driver pays nukes and pay through his nose, okay, you expect him to take a peanut from the passenger or commuters. It's not being done. Okay, so these arboros should review what are the tax, illegal tax collection. That's why Soludo are chasing them out of this. Can you know that from Unizik, okay, main gate, okay, school gate down to Ekoka, okay, it's 300 naira, which is from here to Onitsha before. This is what I'm trying to say. But what are paying? You see, Lagos own is what? Because this arboro has been what? You know what do you call it? Have been empowered by the state government. And those people are using them because the state government are empowering them and make sure that they put government that is in their support. That's why they are telling people that they should go if you don't want to vote APC and whatever it is. And the police do not see them to arrest that MC Olomo and others that are saying that. And somebody that was make settlement will go and selective morality cannot help us in this country. You must, fight for the truth, irrespective of who else is God. Okay, so now seeing that these things are commuters in Lagos are paying high. Well, it is the right for the government to bring these things to them. Okay, they bring blue line red. So easy translation, because Arboro cannot be in blue line red. Yet it is those things was comatose. You can see people pushing train in Nigeria. This is I never seen something like this in Nigeria. People are pushing train. Can they even enter inside stay and start pushing sheep in Nigeria? Okay, but you spend billions of naira so that you have consulted this thing to tell you that you cannot hide the truth. You cannot live in lies and propaganda. APs are living in propaganda. That's why they're telling court to dismiss suit of AA, APP, and the APN. Why are you telling court to dismiss the suit? Allow the court to do that, although you have right to submit in submission that my lord, that this suit does not have any merit. I urge you to dismiss it, okay, without for want of diligent, prosecution or whatever. Simple and short. You can do that, no problem. You see, but if you say that I won election, fine and good, okay, let those who are dating to go and date in the court come and face it because you are sure of what you have. I'm not seeing a country where somebody was declared winner and the party was declared winner, then those who are lose, going to court, you that win also going to court.
Maybe they don't feel
even if INEC also going to court.
Maybe they don't feel that the party are big enough to go to the court.
No. What they're going to court, you that say that you win, why are you going to court? INEC that's result, why are you going to court? Leave it now, let people now come out because of that what you have is not something that is what in the interest of Nigerians. That's why you are trying to run faster than your shadow. But the court will tell in times.
They should leave the court to do their job.
Don't inflate court. Leave the court to do their job. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
Our last papers this morning are Daily Trust and the Nigerian Tribune. Daily Trust: governors elect to raise eyebrow over incumbent last-minute contract and appointments. And then we have Riders Autumn Awards Airport contract. Tambuwa approves a 7 billion naira project variations. OT accuses Ibazo of employment employment racketeering. Abba Gida battles Ganduje with advisors. Actions politically, morally wrong. This is coming from Professor Fage. Greener pastures, how Nigeria has risked lives on illegal travels. That's a special report for the Daily Trust newspaper. Easter, Tinubu governors urge Christians to pray for peaceful transition. And then we have down there, gunmen kill 36 in Benue IDP camp. Kidnappers of Zamfara children demand 60 million naira ransom. Brain drain, MDCAN rejects bill proposing 5-year service for doctors. And then over to Nigerian Tribune, we have NAS presiding officers, APC governors may open talks with aspirants. And then we have as riders there, gang up against Southeast thickens. Group cautions northern contestants. PDP eyes NAS presiding officers post. Traffic chaos looms as trucks besiege Lekki Port for cargoes. Absence of holding bay worrisome. Truckers electronic collab coming soon. This is coming from MPA. And then we still have Other stories like banks network failure, fraudsters target customers migrating to digital payment wallets. Okay, these are many more are what we have on the front pages of this newspapers at the Daily Trust and the Nigerian Tribune.
Thank you very much. On final note, let us see what we have here. First of all, starting from the governors elect raising eyebrow over incumbent last-minute contract.
Yes.
Yes. You see, the incumbent governors, okay, who are, I say most of them are going to the Senate as a trying home. Because by the time we learn lesson to even vote them out, okay? If you finish governorship if you finish as a governor, you have to go home and retire. Not for you to seek for you to go National Assembly. Okay, you said awarding contract and appointment, okay, even to the extent that even Okazikbaza appointing somebody, okay, last minute appointment, something at Enugu, okay, what are they doing? Is it to make sure that they favor or those who did not even benefit from their government benefit even if it's 3 months, okay? In Osun State, okay, sorry, this thing wanted to conduct local government election and it was barred by this thing not to conduct local government election in Abia State. That's it. Because the person was barred by the court not to conduct local government election. Because he conducted it, he now put somebody as a elected chairman. He has to now stay there. So they barred him because this is why can't you conduct it since you are governor? Now you want to conduct local government election. Doesn't mean that you have something on your cupboard. Okay? So the appointment they are giving is to pacify, okay, those who they did not did well or who did not benefit from them when they say active, although they say active now. Then the issue of zoning, APC zoning Senate President to Southeast. Any governor in Southeast or person in Southeast that is going to as an APC member that are dating for them to zone that particular Senate President to Southeast is suffering from inferiority complex and he has taken himself as a second-class citizen in Nigeria. Why can't you tell APC to zone presidency to Southeast? Is it always that you always take something that is left over? Okay? When it is president, they have to zone it for you so that they can be able to hold you or whatever it is. Are we not Nigerians? Nobody is more Nigerian than any other Nigerian. We are Nigerians and this is our country and we're born equal to end up equal. After all, the word that they coin, okay, Naira. Naira is an Igbo language, Naira, which means we are equal. Naira. Munaira. That's what it means. So we are equal, okay, and born up to end up equal, okay. Every other tribes in Nigeria is equal to any other tribe. So nobody is more than any other body. So this is our country, and we must take whatever that is equality before the law, and that's what we're talking about. So any person that's going to give us this thing is our turn. Even also can say that, please, if possible, zone it to start, zone it to my own family even, so that I will not have anybody I'm going to contest with. Because you have David Umai is there now, going, and others in Southeast here that are going to go for
but then the Constitution stipulates that first-timers can't be voted in as Senate President. So there's already a constitutional backing.
What I'm trying to say, those of them who are not first-timers that are contesting for this, should even tell them that the Southeast, this wasn't to happen to the PDP. And PDP said that person that they didn't give the ticket, which is Obi, okay, has created history. He won Calabar, which is the first capital of Nigeria. He won Abuja. He won Lagos as the second capital. Abuja, third capital. He won in Nasarawa as the of governors. He won in Nasarawa, which is even the APC personal chairman. He won every other place. Right, so what I'm trying to say is that people have the potential until we know that Nigeria is our own. And we should born equal to end up equal, without any discrimination, without any sentiment, without any bias, nepotism, or supremacy tendency.
All right, quickly, what's your own opinion about what is happening in the banking sector right now? From what we read out, they are saying that the bank network failure and fraudsters are using this as an opportunity to, extort customers that are trying to migrate from, the normal banking system to now to make a payment via digital network. Now, as a country, as a nation, do you think that we are ready to go for this cashless policy that CBN has been preaching for us for some time now?
Well, first of all, what is the advantages or merit of cashless policies? Okay, look at what is happening now in Nigeria. Since this cashless policy came in, okay, let us say that we have economic or financial crunch during the exchange of, introduction of new Naira notes. Okay, and the end of the day, we go back to old naira notes. It's only Nigeria in the country that's using old naira and new naira at the same time. Okay, in parallel, this and I never see it in the world where old and new are being used at the same time. So, but however, as you have said, you see, the problem we have during that time now, you find out that bandits, kidnappings, you can see what the governor of Zamfara is saying, that they slash this thing down because there's no money to pay now. Okay, you cannot get this to the person. If someone to pay you 5 million, where do you have the money to pay? But before they carry it in Ghana must go and give them. So these things is benefit. And again, we make some people who does not open bank have bank account. Let me just tell you, I have an encounter with somebody that I wanted to buy tomato. Okay. The woman told me that, please, he doesn't have bank account, he doesn't do anything in transfer, that I should give him cash. But by the time she kept that tomato for many days and nobody buy it, he or she will be forced to open bank accounts so that he can now go cashless. He can be able to do transfer to her. Okay. Then coming to the issue of network, is because of we have centralized the intermediate, okay, agent, you see, of transfer. That is NIPS. You see, when you send money from UBA to Zenith Bank, there's an intermediate agent called NIPS, okay, that are going to be there to send the money. Okay, once you send it, first of all, hit their portal. Okay, from there, they now transfer to your own designated bank. So when there is a problem in NIPS, okay, then the transfer cannot go. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why you can say, you send money to me, even they give debit alert. You will not see the money in your credit alert. For accounting policy, that's so that accounting is concerned, there's what we call double entry principle. For every debit entry made, there must be a corresponding credit entry also in that aspect. So what I'm trying to say, let bank engage, Nigeria should engage into independent, intermediate agent of transfer, not only NIPS. Let them decentralize it, that bank can also have their own agent of transformation by CBN, and this will be easy transfer of money.
All right. Well, on that note, we want to say a very big thank you to you, Comrade Ozo Ekemeze, for joining us on Press Review this morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Chidimma and Ajulu. And the bank, people, Mijula, ọmazị nke ọ ya ekwu okwu juru eju na pepa anya mara nke anyị na-ekwu kama na mmiri nwere ahụ nwekwe mbala ndụba anyị onize ndụkwa ya ka ọ dịbọchị ọzọ we are going to make up our inadequacies. Thank you.
That's it on Press Review. My name is Chidimma Oranwa.
And I'm Ajulu Chukwuka. We're saying thank you for being with us. Have a lovely Easter Monday celebration.